the new system. And I want to let everybody know that we really appreciate all the questions and all the learning and all the things that go along with a system like this. It's a big change. We understand that. We knew it was going to be a challenge, until we got everybody switched over, and I think we're just about there. I just hope that everybody can just bear with us while we learn the system, while you learn how to use it properly, and once we're all good to go with it, then it will be the easiest system that we've ever had here for making and managing and paying for your golf here in the village. Just a few things about using it that we seem to be missing a little bit, and I think that's just part of the training process and letting everybody know exactly how to do it. This is the login page that you'll get into. If you're receiving this message, you've already gotten to this point. If you still are having trouble getting to this point, or for some reason you change your password or something happens and you can't get back into the site, then please make sure to contact me or one of my staff members to make the appropriate adjustments to your account. Once in this area, the most important thing to do once you start this process is, of course, to get logged in, to become a user of the ForeUp Golf Reservation System. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go to account information. And this will specify everything about you that has been set up in the system. So what we want to make sure that you do is you review this real quick. We don't need this information. A lot of this came over from the community database, so we don't need this information. Sadly, we will not be able to provide a birthday gift to anybody during this time, so this is not information that we need. Just to make sure that all this information is correct, that your email, your phone number, and your name obviously are as it should be. And also, if you wanted to reset your password, many of you got, when the online credentials were initially generated, you got a long, very confusing password, and you want to change it. Here, you want to make sure that your email is dropped into this. You can do that by copying and pasting to be fast, and then you can change the password to whatever you like. And then all you will do at this point is save that login information, and that will then become your username and password. So if they want to make a change, that's where we want to go. Second most important, actually probably the most important thing to do, is your billing. What we want to make sure that we do is, as you get into this system, is, as we've stated, you will get a bill once a month, and however you set up your online payments, that's how it will pay at the end of that month. You will receive a statement. On the last day of the month, you'll have 3 days to review it, and if everything is as it should be, since you're going to be managing all of your tee times, for the most part, there should be no challenges. I think our staff is getting pretty good at getting things right, and you guys have been great about, when you've gotten your receipts and email, calling us and letting us know that maybe we made a mistake and making the appropriate adjustment. So by the time it gets to the end of the month, we should all be good. And then 3 days later, your payment form will be used to pay that balance. And what you're going to do when you get to this point is you're going to manage payment methods, and you're going to add a payment method. Once you add a payment method, you're going to have two choices. You're going to have the ability to hook your bank account to it and just have it be taken directly out of your bank account. There's no service fees involved with that. Or you can also add a credit card. Adding a credit card would incur a 2% service charge on top of the fees, but I know with the points that I get on my credit card, I would be more likely to do this rather than this. But once you do that, what we want to make sure that you do, that your bank account is set up, you have to actually verify it. So I'm asking everybody before the end of the month to go on to make sure that it doesn't say unverified. There should be a little green check mark right next to your bank account. If it is not there, please, it says verify. And there's a little box that you're going to click that's going to say verify. Make sure that bank account gets verified so it can be used. And also, please, everybody go through, there were some times where the credit card machines that we were manually entering them into the golf shop did not put the expiration date in properly. So a lot of the cards, when they try to get charged, are going to say that they expire. And this will, unfortunately, if these things aren't taken care of before the end of the month when the bills are due, then that would impede your ability to utilize the golf course for May. So if you can just go by, make a quick perusal through your account, make sure that your bank account does not say unverified, make sure the credit card has the proper expiration date. And that way we can make sure that those payments go through. So those things get set up. Don't worry about passes. Don't worry about gift cards. We're going to utilize these down the road, but for right now, we're going to utilize this just as is. So don't worry about those things. All we're worried about is your billing, your account information, and your reservations. So what we want to do is first, you're going to try to make a reservation. A couple of mistakes that people have made. If you go on, when you go under account information, people are using the same computer to book tee times for different people, couples or friends, or some folks are trying to help some of the computer challenged folks in getting their tee times. You have to make sure that when you're logged into a computer or a cell phone or an iPad or something like that, it's always going to remember the last person that made the reservation. So that's who you're doing it. And if you want to make it for somebody else, you're going to have to click log out, and you're going to have to log in as that person. And then you can manage their reservations. You can make their reservations, set up their billing, and so forth. But then you'll always have to log out. I highly recommend picking a computer, picking a phone, picking an iPad, and have that be the system that is going to utilize for that person. So whoever that person is going to be on that system should just stay on that system, and then you won't have to log in or out or remember passwords or so forth. Okay, and then you're going to make a reservation. And in making a reservation, this is where we've had some challenges in having people do this properly so everybody can manage their tee times properly. All we need is, let's say we're going to make this reservation for next Monday I'm choosing anybody for 9 or 18 holes. So again, I'm looking for anything that's open. So if I'm going to choose this 5:16 time, so it's 5:16 p.m. on course 1 for 9 holes, and 4 people are available. So if you look through this, here's 7:40 a.m. course 3 for 9 holes, 2 people are open. That's how you want to make sure you look at that, and just make sure that you write that down. There will be a fix that when you get your confirmation that it will say what course you're starting on, and that fix should be coming through shortly. But for right now, just know that when you're booking the time, 5:16 course 1 for 9 holes for 4 people. And then we're going to click on that. And in this box right here, we're going to select how many players we're going to reserve for. I'm going to reserve for 4 players, and I'm going to book a time. So now when it's searching for members, this is what we want to make sure that everybody is very clear on. That when we search for members, all we are going to enter into this box is the resident ID of the person you're reserving for. The resident ID of the person you are reserving for. So if I put in their resident ID, I'm going to get a name that's going to populate here. I want to click on that. If I'm going to type out another name, my other player, I'm going to click on that. If I do it again, I'm going to click on that. Now all these people are now in the system properly. We know they're in the system properly. They're going to get an email to confirm their tee time, and we're going to have their information that we need to have the check-in process be smooth, have the billing process be smooth, and have you guys get what you needed in a timely fashion. And then we're going to continue. And once I continue, now I'm booked. Laguna Woods Village, 4 players. This total right here, I really want to make sure that everybody understands this total right here does not matter. This is just what you've reserved for, because you've reserved for carts and all of that. We will make the appropriate adjustments to the tee sheet and to the charge when you check in before you go out. And I must insist that everybody, at least for now, and I think going forward, when you show up for your tee time, 15 minutes before your tee time, please make sure that you check in with the starters window. The 9-hole players early in the morning should check in inside with the golf shop staff. Players playing 18 holes in the morning on courses 1 or 2 on a standard day, please make sure you check in at the starters window before going out. Then everybody in this group will get an email, and this will be on their account. So now when I go back to my account, I go, there's my reservation. I have my reservation, and it will show up just that way. So soon we're going to be able to have the person that made the reservation manage the entire reservation. But for right now, if you want to cancel your reservation, it is completely up to you to do so. And in doing so, you're simply going to cancel just for yourself. So everybody that you just booked for will have this in their profile, on their My Account page. And everybody, if you're going to cancel the entire time, everybody has to do this. Just cancel and say, okay. Now that is gone. Now you are out. Now there's 3 people left in that reservation that have to cancel. If one person is going to be replaced with another person, you're going to cancel that reservation and you're going to call a golf shop to add that one player. We're going to get to a period of time where we're going to have the ability to have a single player book into an existing threesome. But as of right now, singles are going to be restricted to the waiting list. Just come down to the golf shop. You can look at the reservations for a given day. Let's just say if you wanted to play today and you were by yourself, there's none that are available. If you were for a twosome, you'd see, well, there's only a couple of times open for any players late in the afternoon. So it might be a little chancy today. But if you, let's say Sunday, you would see there's a group available there, there's a group available. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and come down around 11, and I should be able to get on the golf course relatively quickly. That's how the singles are going to work for right now. And if you want some clarity with regards to that, singles not booking, feel free to come by the golf shop and we can answer those questions for you. I don't want this to be too long. They limit me on how long these can be. I think that's a really good overview. Again, billing, make sure your billing is proper. Set that up as soon as you get in. When you're booking your reservations, please make sure that you enter in the resident ID of each of the players, have the name drop down, select that name, then that person will get an email. If your people did not get an email confirming your reservation, it was not done properly. The faster we can get good at this, the better we'll all be at it and the more accurate it'll be. Hope this helps. If you need anything else from our golf shop staff, please feel free to come on by and we'll try to help you. Have a great day and good golfing.